good morning. This is Meri at the Meri Atelier, and today is Thursday, May the 16th. May the 16th. Welcome to my desk. I'm going to work on finishing up my postcards today. I have something I want to show you. Maybe I'll zoom out just a little here. There we go. And just doing a little project catch up this morning. So I'm on a little bit early, but that's okay. Let me get over here and get set up so that I can welcome folks in. I slept through my alarm this morning. I just about didn't wake up. I just about slept through the stream. Oops. Live. Oh, am I live? It's not showing it here. Oh, I'm alive. Hi, Nina. Hi, Angie. Good morning, ladies. Good. Okay, there I am. It wasn't showing it over on my tablet. Am I alive? Hi, Arlene. Good morning, Arlene. Angie and Nina. You early birds. I'll zoom back in a minute. Let me fix everything. I can't fix this stuff until quality, until I get online. I just kind of wish that I could set this all up before I came on, but that's not going to happen. Let's set the chat filter to all messages. There we go. So I hope that you guys are doing well. The weekend's right around the corner. I'm going to finish my postcards today, but let me set this aside for a minute. And she went on a flight. My fairy flapped her wings, and I caught her. Okay. Hi, Derby. Welcome in. You've been up half the night, Angie? Oh, hugs. Mina says, we are the early birds. Hi, Kathy D. It's good to see you. Welcome in. Good morning, good morning. Hi, Stitch It, Pam. Good morning to you. Good morning, good morning. Kathy D says, I've been making postcards myself. Well, that's cool, Kathy. Oh, you're very welcome, Angie. You know, I don't have a lot of money and stuff to give, but if you give what you have and do what you can, I think that's all that's required of you. And I'm always happy to share prayers. When prayers are requested, you know, I'm always happy to you know, we have a good God who wants us to talk to him. You know, he made us. But, well, that's my faith. I don't want to preach to people on here. That's really not, my channel is an art channel. But I do believe, and I try not to preach to people because I know there are many. I think it kind of offends people when you start preaching to them. Preaching. Some people enjoy it, but I think there's a place for it. But I do believe you can speak of your faith. And when somebody requests prayer, I'm more than happy to share a prayer on my channel. And I believe in group prayer. You know, I believe that where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there he is in the midst of us. And gather does not specifically mean meeting, gathering. In the days of the early Christian church, they didn't have the internet. And I'll bet you that if St. Paul and Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John and Luke it would have had the internet, I'll bet they would have been utilizing it. So I believe in group prayer. All right, off of that. Did Mark come in? Mr. Eternity, did he come in here? Hi, Kimberly. Good morning, Kimberly. Good morning, Mr. Eternity. It's Artsploration. Good morning. It's good to have you join us. I woke up this morning with a this is not prayer. I was dreaming of a guy that I used to know, and he's way in my past. He's on to other things, but I met him at work, and I was consulting, so I kind of had to watch my step. But we were in a meeting, and there was another gal who kind of liked him, and she was kind of making trouble for me. And at the end of the meeting, he walked up to me and he asked me out on a date. And it surprised him because I said yes. And I woke up kind of laughing. You know what I was really laughing about? He asked me out, and I said yes, but he never did give a time or a place or anything. And then I just woke up. So I woke up with a smile on my face. I never got a date. I never got the time and place of that date. I woke up before things are settled. Angie. Yeah. Yeah. I kind of miss those days, but I'm in my 70s now, so of course, I need to get on to art here. I want to talk about this. I have a little story. I unpacked this package from Pearl Brown that I bought at her sale the other day. And I pulled some things out, and I said I'd talk about them later. Well, this one fell down, and I never did open it. Well, I was thinking about it because I really wanted this. And I'm going to show it to you and talk about it. But got a little story associated with it. I got to thinking about it, and I go, she didn't send it. Oh, no. And I went back and I reviewed everything, and I'm going, well, so I messaged her. Well, what happened was I asked her if she would hold I went to her first sale. This was a couple weeks ago. She had a sale, and she was going to have another one, so I asked her to hold the things, and I'd pay her all at once. Well, she sent me 2 invoices, and they both had the same tracking number and 1 box, but both of her invoices had the same tracking number of the 1 box, and that confused me. And I had a bad day the other day. I just, I woke up confused. And anyway, I hunted the invoices, and I said it's not on there, and or if it was on there, she identified a lot of things as linens, and I said if it's on there, I don't see it. And I sent her the invoices, and I sent her the tracking numbers, and boy, I went back and reviewed her video, and I said, I won an auction, and I said, this is what I won, and blah, 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 blah. Well, I sent her my video where I opened up the things, and she reviewed it, and she said, Meri, you put your hands on it and said you were going to talk about it later. And I'm going, oh. So I came back in here, and I looked all around, and on the floor behind my desk was this package. So I had to apologize to her and say, oh, Pearl, I'm sorry. And she's such a good-natured person. She forgave me. I need forgiveness in my life. And she is having a sale today. I think it starts at 11 a.m. Eastern. So I might pop in there, but she had a sale again the other day, and I popped in, and I kind of spent my budget for this month. So I might buy one or two things, but I'm not going to let myself go beyond my budget because I've already kind of bought. She auctioned off this, my heart. And I won the auction. I really wanted it. I really, kind of like this. I really, really wanted it. So I persisted. But I kind of need to watch the rest of the month my spending because I have other expenses. I have bills to pay. So, and she understands that. But if you're after I think she said she was going to sell laces today. Well, she's emptying bins, so she'll probably sell fabrics and laces, and she sells other things too. So 11 a.m. Eastern today, she'll be doing some selling. Let's open this up. The reason I wanted this so bad and thought I didn't get it was because this is a Quaker tablecloth. There's another item in here too, but let's show you and it's a nice one. This is not a cutter. I think it's got a stain on it, but that doesn't matter to me. I'm going to hang, and it's a large one. It's beautiful. It is beautiful, beautiful lace, large Quaker tablecloth. And she knows her, let me zoom in so you guys can see this close up. She knows her linens. I'm not as familiar with, I can tell when something's a quality item and when it's just, something you can cut into and use. This is a quality item. And look, she says the way you can identify a Quaker tablecloth is because it has all these Picassos. Look at all of those. This is beautiful. This is going to be hung up behind me. This is just beautiful. It is beautiful. Look at this pattern. Let me take the price off. And she had another one, so I don't know who won the other one, but she had another one that sold. So this is the type of things that she sells. And this is going to be hung up on the white lattice room divider behind me. I've been working in my room. I cleared out all the boxes behind me. There's still some stuff that needs organizing behind there, but I'm much more comfortable in my room. So maybe I'll get in here and work a little better. But look, isn't that just beautiful? I'm not going to take it all. It's huge. It's a big one. So, and I wanted this so bad, and I thought, oh no, she forgot. I hope she didn't resell it. And she was so forgiving of me because I was in a panic mode. I know, in my Quaker tablecloth. I would put it out on the dining room table, but we don't have dinners and stuff like that. My brother uses the dining room table for his desk. He needs a roll-top desk, but he uses, that's his space. So I'm going, he gave me my space, so I'm not going to complain too much. I'll hang it on my, I'm going to zoom back out again. But it is a beautiful, beautiful piece. I'm going to hang it behind me, but not right now. I'm going to set it over here. Not on the floor, Mary. Okay, I'm just going to set it on the cart over there. Now, the other piece in here was just a piece of upholstery type. Oh, see, I bought a curtain. Now, this is a cutter. This is a thinner piece. This is the type of thing I would use in my office. And I've already cut it for wings on that butterfly, on the butterfly postcards. That's what we're going to work on today. So, in this piece, let me zoom out a little now. I love that she sends these things in these big bags. Let me zoom out a little more. Did Becky come in? Arlene, Mark, Kimberly, Dare, Mina. Let me refresh my chat. I thought I saw Becky out there. I fell asleep last night watching Becky. Good morning, Becky. Pam is here. Kimberly. There's Becky saying good morning. Mary's craft room is getting her in trouble. Yes, it is. This is an upholstery piece, but it's. I'll use it. This will make nice journal covers. You know, I'm wanting, and I might use this because if I do slow stitch pieces, you know, pin little scraps of fabric, because I'm really enjoying doing it. I'll pin it to this side because the fabric will cover all of this. And then this will be the outside, and this would be automatically the inside. I'm wanting a journal for my log cabin quilt. So I could do a log cabin style on here. K3N has a beautiful log cabin style, but I won't get to this right away. She's just got the date of the sale and the name. She didn't put the price on here. But let me tell you, the prices of her linens are reasonable. And she has a lot of different things. I was going through some stuff last night. Let me get these bags off of them. I was going through some stuff last night, some fabrics. I'm going, wow, I forgot I even had these. I had purchased them from her a long time ago. All right, let's get the postcards out. We're going to work on, I'm going to work on the fairies on the postcards here. And now, let me zoom in a little. Well, let's see. If I work on these, you'll want to see them. Yeah, I might need to zoom in just a little. I've drawn them all, but now I'm going to detail them. Whoops. There, I guess that'll be good. And while I do that, I've got 9 of them, and I'm just going to take the postcards off here. And these are the flowers that I fussy cut the other day. So they'll be collaged on. And that's the pattern piece. Okay, we're going to put these on here like this. It's easier for me to work. I was drawing these out in the other room. That's why I have that tray. And now I might need to zoom in a little. I just about did not make it up this morning. I slept right through my alarm. I set my alarm fairly early, but I've been kind of tired lately. I've been tired lately. And I need to put a new piece on here. But we'll get to that. So I'm going to take, what I'm going to do is find a flesh color. That's Tattered Rose. Flamingo. Antique Linen might work. That's more of a yellow tone, tan tone. Mustard seed, that's yellow. Let's put the greens and blues back. Let's see. This is Tumbled Glass. I think that one goes in here. Oh, I emptied them out. They're falling out. I don't see tumbled glass in here. Let's put these others back. Is this the tumbled glass? That's the tumbled glass. Goes in here, I'll bet you. I've got these mixed up. I don't see tumbled glass on any of them. Where am I at here? That's not on. This one keeps spilling on me. They keep spilling. It's not holding. This little thing is not holding them good. Let's put them all back in the incorrect order. I'm just going to put them in. I'll search for where it goes later. Let's see. Let's pull. I want a pinkish color. This not pink. This is, oh, that's mustard seed. We don't want mustard faces. I want to do the faces. Rusty hinge. Put the lid on it, Meri, quick. It has to go in here. I don't see where it's in here. It says tumbled glass. I don't see tumbled glass on any of these labels. Oh, there it is. It's in this one. Ah, and there's a space for it. I'm not sure I'm sold on these holders, but I could just be using them wrong. All right, let's look at the candied apple, wild honey, barn door, spiced marmalade, quiche flamingo. That might be, if I use it, this might be what I want. Is that the mustard seed again? No. That's the flamingo. We'll try that one. And that's what this one is. Amber. I want to do the skin tones. All right, let's get these out of the way. And I'll just use one of these cards here to test. And I'll need a little bit of water. Let me get the water bucket out. You guys, my little seedlings are doing so good out on the kitchen. I was going to bring them in, but I think I'll get them. They're about that high, about an inch, little inch and a half high. They're growing fast. It's been a week. I think we planted those. Oh, I don't have much water left in there. I got enough for today. I planted them, I think, last Tuesday morning, I think. But they're coming along. I hope to get them out in the garden. We still have to plant our garden, and it's been our onions. We've got everything planted, but we don't have the onions planted. And I think my brother was going to do some more zucchini. I don't know if he went out there and did that or not. I think that's the right color. It's a light pinkish color. Let's get a little brush. Oh, I pulled it right off of the... I'm really bad. Craft brushes. I'll try this one. It's a little light, but I don't need those fairies to be. Let's try this. Do I need to zoom in, or can you guys see? Yeah, I think this is what I want. I just kind of smooth out the colors here on our hands and feet. So I want to finish this off so I can get them in the mail. I think Brenda was the other person who won. I want to send one to Darla and one to myself. And Lisa, somebody won one for Lisa, My Eclectic Life, one for Lisa, and that's 4 from the first week. And then I have some from the second week. I've got the list of who won. I've got 9 of them. So, and I think, let's see, 4, and then I had 4 winners from the second week. Now, I don't know, can you see those? Let me hold it up, because I can see it pretty good in real life. Yeah, you can you see the flesh tones? I think that's what I want. So I'm going to do all of those, and then we'll come in and put, this is all watercolor, so I hope they don't get wet on the way to their new destination. I've been meaning to get these done. I don't want to do it. This is Thursday, and I usually have a postcard giveaway. I do postcards on Friday nights, and I have a giveaway. And I don't want to do another giveaway until I get these sent off. So if I get these sent off, if I get them done today and get them sent off, I don't know if I'd get them addressed. I do notice that, see, this is, I drew this in pencil, and these crayons kind of, but that's okay, that's just shadow. And you know what, she's got a hand here. Let's put her hand on there. And it's okay that the pencil kind of adds some shadow. I broke that paintbrush. That'll kind of smooth out in there. That'll work for me. Let's just go and do that. Thank you, guys. Are those distress pencils? These are, let me turn them over. These are distress watercolor pencils. This is set 2 here. There's 3 sets. And I got these on sale when they first came out. She had a sale. I'm trying to remember her name. She has periodic sales. And I can't remember her name because she's not on all the time. And I got them when they first came out. She was selling them. And I want to say I got them for half price, but I don't think it was quite half price. It was more like 40% off or something like that. But I got a deal on them. So I bought everything from her. And I'm just, you know, and what I like about them is they're very hard. But they're not like they're not hard, but they're not as soft as a regular crayon. And so that means that they last. And I like how the colors smooth out with water. Here, you know, they're watercolor sticks. So you can use them as, I think I need to put some more on there. they're interesting to work with. It isn't like, it's not like a crayon. Well, it acts like a crayon, but it's not as waxy as a crayon. It's more of a watercolor. But it's not a consistency of a watercolor. It's more, it's between a watercolor stick and a crayon. They're kind of interesting to work with. And you know what? That arm is too dark for me. I'm going to see if I can't lift a little of that. Yeah. There. That's a little better. So I'm also going to paint the wings a dark color here. And then I'm going to put lace over this. So the lace is, the lace is going to be cut out of that curtain. And I need a dark behind here so the lace shows up. And that works. That works for me. That's a dark blue. And it really does add some emphasis to the crayon. Arlene says, years ago I made a card with colored images. When my friend received it, it was destroyed. I'd used Tombow markers. The card got rain-soaked in the mail. Oh. Now I only use alcohol markers and permanent ink on cards. Well, we'll see how these go through. I'm just hoping it won't get rain-soaked. I could put some, but I got the stinky stuff. The fixative is this stinky stuff. And I don't want to put stinky stuff on here. See, I missed her hand here. Her hand, and she's got a knee up here and a hand coming down there. And I will say these, put the brush in the water the right way. They do move the graphite. The water moves the graphite. And look, I missed her shoulders too. What are you doing, Meri? I'm glad I got it out again because she's got shoulders up here. And she's just got a narrow neck here and here. Yeah. And then she's got a blouse on here and a skirt there. I guess this is all flesh tone in here too. I guess I have to revisit these. This is out of that fairy garden journal that I have. And little flesh tone in there. And let's get out a darker color. Now, in the journal, these are a hot pink, her little flowers, but I think I'm going to make them blue. Find a decent blue here without spilling the tray. Peacock feathers, that's a pretty color. Tumbled glass. Mermaid Lagoon. I can't think that may be the one I'll use. Salty Ocean. Let's pull those two colors out. Mermaid. Is this it? Mermaid Blue? That's kind of a light color. No, that's cracked pistachio. I may already have it out. Here, no, this is the Mermaid. Mermaid Lagoon. And I'm not sure I'm sold on these cases, but I don't use them a whole lot, so I'm not going to. I could put all 3 cases in a cigar box. Salty Ocean. I think that's this one. Alrighty. I think I'll make them blue. Let's revisit these. Alright, I got my flesh. And let's try these 2 colors here. Oh, that's a pretty blue. That is the Mermaid Lagoon. This one is the Salty Ocean. Ooh, that's pretty too. They're very similar. Let's put a little water on them. Where's my brush? I think I'll get a different brush. One for the flesh and one for the... I don't want blue on my... So that's a pretty blue. And that's a dark... I might use a combination of these for the skirts. They're a soft color. So let's do the mermaid. That's the salty. In here first, and then I'll kind of outline it with the Salty Ocean. And let's put some of that. Because she's sitting down. She's sitting on a flower. Now this is just background, don't panic. And then she'll have kind of a rose-colored blouse on. Get my towel out here. And of course I'll do some pen work on these. So these have all been given away. I just need to get them done and sent out. Alright, let me kind of... I don't think they blot too good, which is okay. They did a little. And then I'm going to come in with this darker. That's still the mermaid. Where's the darker one? Darker in here. Now she's sitting on a flower, so well, we might as well get the blouse out. Let's see the blouse. Let's see what color that is. I think that's more of a brown. And this is the rusty hinge. No, that's barn door. That's probably about the color I want. Let's test it. Oh, I meant to show you what I'm working on with Becky's Crochet Along. It's out in... that's the color I want. I've got... Becky's doing a Crochet Along. And she is... she's on week 3, and I caught up with week 1 and 2. Week 3, I think I want to, and I looked all over for, I want kind of a cream colored. Let me go get my blocks, because they're just out in the other room. You know, I forget. This seems to me like, rather than flesh, there should be kind of a... that blouse should probably come to, you know, if I were wearing this, I would, I can't remember what the picture, if it had this area flesh tone or part of the blouse. I don't think I have my fairy book out here. Do I? Is that it? No, that's my tatting journal. Oh, let me look here. Give me a minute. There's a flower. Fabric scrap? No, that's another flower. Hold on. Hold the phone. I'm looking for stuff here. Let me go out in the other room. I'll be out back in a second here. And, oh. What did I do with them? Here they are. I think I'm going to leave this a flesh color. I'm not quite sure. I can't find my fairy book to see what they did with that area. I don't see it here. I cleaned in here the other day. Whenever I clean, I can never find anything again. Isn't that the way it goes? When you clean stuff, you do your cleaning and it's gone. I don't know what I did with it. Should be here. I don't see it. I'm not going to spend time looking for it all. I wanted to show you guys blocks 1 and 2. I'm doing Becky is doing a crochet along, and she is doing like a crib quilt or lap quilt. I'm doing mine in blocks, and this is block 1 here, and I might redo this one because I don't like how uneven it is here on the sides. I got a little tight. I started out tight and then I got loose. This is called the almond stitch because you can kind of see the almonds in there. I can see it when I hold it the right way. This is kind of a darker, this is the back here. But I'm not happy with how uneven my stitching is on this side. On this side it's okay, but I don't quite get, and this is kind of one of my problems with working with crochet, is I don't quite get that one edge straight. It has to do with how you turn, and you can see I started out here and I was really tight in here, and then I got looser as I worked. But it's a very wavy stitch. Now I think if you wanted to end off this block, you would do just another row of, these are just slip stitches, and then do some half stitches in there, slip stitches, and that would even out the curve if you wanted to attach it. But I might do this again. I'm not experienced with this stitch. I do like the almonds in here. I don't know if you guys, yeah, there you see them pretty good right here. You can kind of see the almond stitches. I like the texture of it. and Becky was pointing out how what these stitches are very textured, but I'm not happy with how uneven this is in here. It's this I understand because it's the nature of the stitch, and I just didn't do another row to even these out here. And this side is nice and even, but but now Becky talked about when she was saying that Meri was going to do blocks, and the thing about doing blocks is they're not all going to be the same size. See, they're already not the same size here. But she said you could do what they call freeform crochet, and I'm going to look more on that, where like I have a smaller block here and a larger block here, then I could just take and I could just even this out. I could just crochet in here, and it would be an uneven strip, but I could use the same to even this out. And you kind of free form when you put together. I wasn't planning on putting these together. I just do blocks, and I do want to identify them this time though. This is from her first set. These are stitches. She did a crochet along a year or so ago, and I followed along with her, and I made blocks, but I never really identified what they are. And they're in a box. I've got them in a box, but this time I want to identify, and I'm not sure how, other than I don't really want to put a safety pin. I could stitch a little label on them and say this is the almond stitch. I just put them in a box. I could stack them up and just make a flip out of them. Hang them on a ring, make a flip, and maybe put a label in there so you can just kind of flip. I might do that. Now the third week, which is this week, what I want, see, I've got this dark blue and this maroon. I've got white yarn, but I don't know if I want white. I want more of a cream color. And I used all my cream on a Christmas afghan. So, yeah, I think I'm going to wait on the third block. I might just wait till next week, and then I'll go back to my red and blue. And the next time I get someplace where I can buy a cream colored yarn, or I could order it, which I might do. I'll come back to block 3, which are baubles. I can't find my fairy book. I'm not sure how to handle this area in here. You know, I can't find the fairy book, but I have from when we did these. Let's go back and look at one of my old videos here. YouTube. And turn my sound down. YouTube. And maybe I'll take a picture of it from one of my old videos. Yeah, let's go to my, I have to go to my channel, go to my live stream. Whoops, that was the podcast, lives. Where'd I do those? Here? And skip the ad. Flip it. Now, let's see if this is where I open Pearl's box. Do you know this trick with the phone on process videos where you have that red dot? You can pull that red dot up and it shows all of these, and you can get to your spot by following this is where I'm opening Pearl's box here, the first 20 minutes or so. Let's get clear through here. I'm still on the box. All right, and I'm talking to you guys, hands. So funny. Dee Dee, I was watching Dee Dee, and somebody, I think she said Lisa, but I don't know which Lisa. I'm not sure who. Somebody's made her a set of hands, artificial hands, and put bracelets and rings and Dee Dee's style of shirt sleeves. And made hands. Sent them to her, and she was showing them yesterday. All right. Hands. That's where I'm talking to you guys. I should put something out there. Okay. What am I doing here? I'm showing my garden book here, so I'm looking for a picture. All right. Here it is. Whoops. Let me swipe this. Whoops. I wanted to stop it. Hold on. Let's go back. Yeah, I got out of it. I can't, I don't want to spend hours looking for that book. Is that it? I'm looking for it here. I got out of it. I'm drawing. There. Well, it goes too fast for me. I'm folding some paper. Hold on. There. Now, hopefully, there. Took a picture of it so that I can, let's get out of the video and into this. And I want to edit that. Edit it. This is the postcard out of the, this is the picture out of the garden book that I am doing. And oh, let's see, she does have the blouse down in there. Let me, and save that. Increase resolution. Now I can zoom in. See, she does have her blouse down in there. I wasn't sure how to handle that. She's got kind of a light pink blouse on. So I need to kind of straighten these out a little, because this is part of her leg. Let's get that rose color and kind of, it's she's too bulky in there. Where's my pens? Well, this is a Sharpie. I don't know how the Sharpie will act on this watercolor, but it needs to be a little less bulky, and her leg, her hip comes up. And I was going to do some pen work on these anyway. So her leg kind of comes this way, and then there's flowers. She's sitting on a flower, and then I made mine a little, my flower a little differently like that. So her back comes more in there, and this is part of her leg, which comes up in here. All right, and this will be more of a rosy color, part of her blouse. in here. That's how it goes. And then it in there. Now where's my, I was using this smaller one for the, where's that other brush? I was using this one for the colors and this one for the flesh. Let's put that one aside. I have to do one to figure things out. And after I do one, let's kind of, too much water on that. I still think I got her a little fat. But she is wide in there. So maybe I can slender her down over here a little. And we'll put a flower or something on there. And you can kind of see, on here, you can kind of see her bottom of her skirt and everything in there. I might make that a little smaller too. I think that'll fit. By the time I get a flower on here, I'll probably cover up a portion of that anyway. So, and her hair is yellow, but let's finish with this. And I'm not going to detail the toes and everything because it's too much work. So this is part of her hand that comes around and it kind of comes down like that. And then this hand has fingers and everything. I'm not going to, because this is not meant to be. I'm just going to make a shape of a hand here. I'd spend hours trying to get those fingers looking like fingers. And man, I'm going to have to turn my fan around because I'm starting to sweat here. And then her blouse, on here, I have her neck in there. And her blouse kind of, I painted it pink. But this is more, I made a collar. And it really goes, kind of droops down like that. And I think I'll just color on this one because I goofed on it. I think I'll just color that a pink color in there. And her arm comes, and then this is part of her knee. And then I'm going to paint the wings, so I'll come back to that. I don't know if I'm going to give her a face. I might have to pencil that in. I don't want to ruin it. So there is where I'm going to stop on this one. I'm going to go back and revisit the others. This one I might keep for myself because I'm figuring things out. Put it up there. All right. I'm going to, for now, I'm just going to turn my phone off. Set it in a safe spot. Let me come out and look at chat. I kind of get into my worlds here. We'll work on this one. Let me refresh chat. Chat filter, top messages, chat filter, all messages. Elisa. Elisa did it, Meri. I don't know Elisa. She's talking about the Dee hands. Elisa. I don't know her. Hi, Roy. Mr. Bootsy Sweethearts. He popped in. He says, welcome to Meri and the Technology Clinic. Today's lesson, skimming through a recorded YouTube video. You know, that is a great way. When I was looking for that, where I won that auction for that, let's go back out there. That's my, that is a great way to find things that you're looking for. You know it was in that video. If you get, after the video's processed, I haven't been able to do it live. I think it's more of a thing that when a video processes, you, where your red dot is, you lift it up. And then you can just skim through the video and go, well, I'm doing this there, or she's doing that there. And you just, here's where I'm drawing. I'm drawing most of the rest of the stream here. Drawing all those postcards. Yeah. Here's where I cut out. So, and on this, you can click on it, but it's got an extra step on here. Here's where I'm cutting the fairy out. I scanned it with a Adobe scanner on a sheet of paper, and then I'm cutting it out for a pattern piece. And then I traced that pattern piece. I traced it on all of these postcards and then colored the background around it. And then the other day when I was sitting out in the other room, I detailed all the fairies. I drew in the shapes of the face and the legs and everything. But this is a great way to find things, is you get that red dot. This is on a process video. Like I said, I haven't been able to do it live, but you just kind of lift up. Well, you have to lift up on the red dot. I went back one. But you lift up on that red dot, and you saw me where I can slide it back and forth. Let's get out of this. I got my Google. I want to leave my picture up here. So this is the inspiration photo. That's out of a fairy garden book, kind of a planner book. But it's out in the other room someplace. So welcome in. Hi, Raul. Welcome in. Thank you, Kimberly. Arlene says she's got to go. You all have a blessed day. So, Becky, Arlene dropped a link to Becky's channel, to Raul's channel, and to Roy's channel. Looks like Sylvia popped in. And Cindy? Let's see. Cindy, which Cindy popped in? Cindy White. Cindy, is this Rain Girl Cindy? I think this is my Rain Girl Cindy. Somehow I got Rain Girl blocked on my channel. And I've got to dig out my laptop. I don't use my laptop, you guys. It's out in the other room. And I've tried to, and I checked 3 times and I deleted her, but she keeps popping back up on my block list, and I'm not sure why. Cindy, are you Rain Girl? I can't. Let's go to her channel. Go to channel. No. Are you Rain Girl? Rain Girl is Cindy, but I'm not sure this is Cindy. Cindy, Rain Girl. And, yeah. I got out of it already here. Cindy White, welcome in, Cindy. I need to work on getting Rain Girl unblocked. I know she was on the blocked list, and she got on the blocked list by accident. You know, either I'll take responsibility, fat fingered it, and I can't get her off the block list on my phone. I am giving these away, Raul. I've already had the giveaway. I'm trying to complete them so I can give them, so I can mail them. That's what I'm trying. But see, they're far from done because I've got to do the wings, and then I have flowers. Not this flower. This one's too big to put on here. But she's going to be sitting on. See, and I can kind of hide her with the flowers are off of a sheet. This is too puffy. I can't send this as a part of a postcard, but you get the idea. And she's sitting out there. We'll keep working on these. I fussy cut all those flowers out of the sheets. And boy, if that wasn't a job. Let's see. Arlene said, years ago I made a card with colored images. Oh, I read that. So I think I'm caught up with you guys. Not sure I said hello to everybody. Becky said, Chrome keeps crashing on her this morning. My trouble continues. Yeah, Becky tried to do a live yesterday, and she was having trouble, and I fell asleep watching her last night. She was showing where her screen on her laptop is just black. And I think she's able to look at things through her mobile. But I was so tired yesterday, I fell asleep. I didn't see whether she got that continued, but she says her Chrome is crashing on her this morning. I'm so sorry, Becky. This is where Becky came in. And I think I'm caught up with you guys. Yep, you're late for the giveaway, Raul. Raul, are you still planning a summer streamathon? A week-long deal that you were doing? I haven't heard much about that. Is that still in the are you still in the works for that? Now see, I think I got her a little thinner. Oh, you know what I'm missing on here? That's why she's too fat. There's some white on here. There's two kind of like little white wings in here. On all the sides. That's why I made that too big. And then her neck, see, I have her shoulder coming up this way. And this is part of her leg here. So kind of like little white wings in there, and then her back comes this way. And see, I had a collar, and on this other one and her collar kind of goes sideways on her. Her neck is in here, her arm, and her hand kind of comes like that. But let's finish coloring her before I do too much more. Oh, you're kind of waiting until you feel better. Okay, Raul, I'm just glad to know that it's still on. You be sure and message me or send out a group when you get to it. I just wondered if it was still happening. So the blouse kind of comes down into here. And the blues. That's the salty ocean and mermaid. I'm going to try to make this one a little skinnier. I have that one too fat. Too fat. I'll send that one to me. So she's got a flower skirt, and it'll smooth out for her. Now, I'm going to show that skirt, and I think I'll just make a little edge of it over there. I'll be all morning working on these, so... Oh, there's my crochet hook. Where's my pieces? Yeah, I think I'm going to wait on week 3 until maybe I'll work on finding a ring, and I think I'm going to hang these on a ring, and I think I'm going to make labels. I don't think I showed you guys this one. This one was the spiked granny square, and I can't see it as well in here. I hold it under the light. It goes this way, and there are long stitches that come down there. And I did it on all in one color as Becky did, and I kind of like it that way. But you can see in here there are long stitches that come down. So I do like this one. This one works up fast. It's got a nice shape to it. The last row there, because this is where you work the next stitch in here on these other rows. So the last row, I might do another row no, I don't want to do another row. I'm going to leave it just like this. But these, as you are working on your last piece, if I were doing this as a strip for like what Becky's doing, I would only I'd probably just put in a double stitch. I'd close up the holes here. But these are ready for the next row of stitching. That's why there's spaces up at the top here. But I like the shape of this. This was easy for me to crochet. I've got my edges nice and even, which is something I'm working on. This piece isn't bad. It's not too bad. It's uneven over on this side because I was really tight in there, and then I worked looser up here. But that's okay, because when you're learning, you're learning. I do like the texture of the stitch, though. These are more for me for samples, so you can see what each stitch is. And I do think I'll label them and hang them on a hook, so I can go like this and just flip. I think she said there are 21 or 27 stitches. So that'll make a nice, I'm going to put this is the crochet hook. I am using a size H. And I have yarn that I bought at Hobby Lobby, but I'll tell you, I do not like that Hobby Lobby Yarn Bee yarn. It's awfully thin. It's not a thick 4-ply like the Yarn Saver. This is Red Heart Yarn Saver, and I think this one it's Walmart's brand. I forget the name of it, but it's a cheaper brand of yarn, but I like it. I like the feel of it. It's a nice yarn. So I'm going to wait for week 3, though, until I get the right color that I want. All right, I was working on these. Hi, Joyce. Good morning. All right, back to doing my fairies here. I'm just going to kind of smooth out the watercolor in here. This is her top, her blouse. And let's see, that's her knee. So I think I can put my towel up here. And these are just postcards. I'm hoping that they'll go through the mail. I'm not gonna do a fixative on them. I have a fixative, but it's the smelly kind. I really don't appreciate it. Let's see. I'm gonna make her legs a little darker in here. And her hands and her knee up here. And I use this other brush for my flesh tones. So I don't want to use the same brush for the flesh tones as I do for it, because it does kind of tend to smear. And once I get going on these, I'll be much happier. So let's take my pen now. Well, let's do that salty ocean. In here, kind of put some darker colors in there. Maybe a little in there. Okay. I don't want to use the flesh tones for the blues. Alright, so let's just outline the shape of the arms and the knee. And this elbow comes down, and I didn't get her hand in there. It comes right in there. It's kind of hidden with the elbow. Like that. And each one, even though they're the same shape, same basic thing, they each have their own little personality. And see, I got her collar kind of coming at a slant because her head is looking down. Her neck in there. And I don't think I'm going to, I could try to put something on the face, but I always mess up when I do. And she's got kind of curly hair. And her head comes clear up. And we're going to color in her hair. I just haven't got to it yet. And she's got that kind of a white wing. All right, let's do the little flower skirt here. And this is a blouse in here. I'm not sure I like the blouse, but it is what it is. There's a little bit of red in here. If I did that, I think I did. You know, and I could work more with getting all the folds in it and everything, but that's a lot of trouble. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. We got 9 of them to do, so I want to move along. Roy says he's back. He goes to physical therapy in 2 weeks. Of course, Tuesdays and Thursday mornings. So it interferes with his Meri time. Well, physical therapy is important, Roy. You go and take care of your bones and your body. You take care of your bones and your body. We'd rather have you here and feeling good, even if you miss some time. We'll miss you, but we wish you well. Meri's got such a wonderful sense of humor. He always makes me smile. I just love it when he does a video, and he always brings you in with a smile. No. Smooth that out a little. I do notice that these crayons do react with the graphite. I drew these in pencil. That's part of her arm coming down. And I think this is, I'm going to hide that arm because that's her knee up there. And I don't like how fat I have her over here, so I'm just going to put a little streak of blue, and I'll probably slender that down with a flower or something. It doesn't have to be perfect. You get the idea. That's the important thing. So let's do her. Let's define this a little bit more in here. And it's kind of a little white wing on that. Her shoulder here. Her hand. Today is a pool day, Roy says. There's an actual treadmill in the pool along with the whirlpool jets. Water-resistant equipment works different muscles than normal physical therapy. That sounds quite challenging. It sounds to me like it might be a little bit harder work. Is that true or false? Doing a treadmill underwater. Because it works different parts of the muscles, Roy says. Okay, her knee comes up here. We'll call that her knee. Her elbow comes there. And I'm going to hide, on that other one I had her hand coming down here. And I think that's what I meant in there, but I kind of had it off, so we're not going to put it in. Yep, these will take me a while to get done. I might still be working on these tomorrow morning. Hopefully I'll get, what time is it? It's 7:15. But these will be fun to do, fun to give. All right, so her blouse comes in there, and I've got a white collar on her blouse. And then there's that white wing coming in there. Kind of, you'll see that detailed more. And then this is the flower skirt. In there. Now let's just go ahead and do this. Her head. And she's got real curly hair. I'm still kind of working on doing curly hair. I'm not going to put too many curls in there. And she's looking down. Like that. Okay. That's the salty ocean. Where's my glue? Where did he roll off to? So these watercolor pencils go on kind of rough, but you do smooth them out, and it does smooth out with the water. I'm going to give her a blouse in here. Yeah, I'm liking this. This is our salty ocean. I usually put that on after I do the other. Is that the skinny one? Yeah. Put this one over here. So I keep them straight. Dab a little of that water off on the towel that doesn't get so much water on the paper, but it still is enough to move the paint, the pigment. All right, let's go in with that salty ocean. That's not it. Some little bit of a shadow in there. A little bit. So I'm going to call that one done. So we've got 3 out of 9 done. We're 1/3 done. Now that I know what I'm doing, I think I'll go a little faster. So do her shoulders and her face and her hands. Her neck. Did I do the neck on the other one? Yeah, I guess I did. Her neck is right in there. This arm. See, I've got the hand coming down here. On this one, I didn't have that hand coming down. And so what we're basically doing here is just getting some color on there. And then I go out and smooth it out again. And it smooths out and it looks like it doesn't look so splotchy. Let's do that. Whew, I'm gonna have to turn that fan toward me. I'm sweating to beat. Give me a minute here to, there. Ah, feels better. Gets warm in here. I think my brother still has the furnace on. It's probably about time to turn the furnace off. I might have to put some more color on her face. When I get my lines on there, it kind of enhances it too, when I put the ink on it. All right, let's do the blouse. The blouse comes in here. And up here. And the skirt. A little flower skirt in here. A little bit in there. And I'm not even going to bother with it over there. Okay. Might have to put some more color on her face. Let's do that. Just a little more. No, I didn't mean to do that. It's hard for me to remember to switch brushes. All right, now let's get the pen. I think the pen work just enhances things. Let's see, there's this kind of a white wing coming in here. And there's the same thing over there. And then her shoulder. And she's got an arm, a hand coming down that way. And mine is not as fancy as the one in the book, but you know, I don't spend, well, I spend enough time on these, but in order to have a highly detailed piece, you'd have to spend a lot of time working at all. And these are just postcards. They're just a little hello. Just a little hello. We'll have her skirt kind of come there. And her other leg coming. And this one got kind of fat. I'm going to smooth it out a little. And there'll be flowers going on in here. Let's do this other hand. Kind of falls down this way. Like so. And her knee. And her other shoulder, her other arm. Yeah. Let's go ahead and put in the hair. Some curls up in here. See where I'm going. Now we're going to leave it just like that, I think. Hi, thank you, Jan. Did I say good morning to you? Roy says, so cashier says to me, ready to check out? My response was, please, never say that to an older person. Oh, Roy. He's not ready to check out of here yet. We want you around, Roy. Jen is asking Raul if he's drawn anything yet. Lately. Raul does these wonderful shorts where she's drawing, and he's got a style, and I can never remember the style name, but Jen was asking if he's done anything lately. I think Raul has been taking care of his health. Let's see. Roy is saying hello to Jen and to Joyce. Raul says, Kitty Jen, I'm drawing in the BG. Is that a big book? A big journal? Roy says he's always sore after he goes on that underwater treadmill. I bet that's an experience. I used to work out when I worked and could pay for the fee. They had, what was that? I can't remember the name. They had one for ladies. What did they call? What was the name of that? Can't remember it now, but we do all of our workout on those machines. Not underwater, though. Not underwater. Yeah, her hand comes down there. Yeah, these crayons, until you get them, these pencils, they're watercolor pencils, distress colors. But until you get them smoothed out, they look kind of rough on here. But once you put water on them and get that skin tone smoothed out a little, the roughness goes away. Whoops, I forgot her knee. I think I might have to put some more color on her face too. It's very interesting to color after you've already put water on it. And it's really just getting a little bit of color on the card wherever. All right, let's do the top here. I got the color a little bit bigger on that. You'll see that when I detail it. And I'm not sure I'm going to, let's define this area in here. So that I don't mess it up too bad. I don't think I'm going to do anything with this area here. I'll probably put a flower there, because I think it makes her look too fat by putting a hip over there. Get her hair in here. And her face. And her shoulder. Well, I got a black mark in there. I don't know what. That's I'm gonna leave it. Her hand. And her hand comes down like that, kind of in shadow. Yeah, I think I'll put a flower there or something, because it almost makes her look too fat to put her skirt in there. Her toes. Kind of smoothing out the color here. I like this red. I think Ranger did a better job on defining their reds than Sharpie did. Sharpie's reds on those paint pens look pink to me. Alrighty. I think we'll call that one done for, well, we need to put a wing in there. A wing and a prayer. Okay, let's move on, Meri. Get these done. 8 of them. Well, the 9th one really is a trial. I gave away one for myself, so really had 7 that I gave away. Yet I got an extra one, and I might just send it at random. We'll see. I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do with the extra one. It was really a trial one. Usually I give myself the trial, but I did an extra. Arm comes down. Get a lot of color on her face. I seem to lighten that up. Her legs, her knee. And this, you really see the shape of these better when I put the ink on them. Do I need to come over this way a bit more? Once I get the lines on them, she pops out of the card. I think I got her all the fleshy tones. Elbow. Her arm comes down that way. It's her knee. Okay. Let's do a little defining in here. It just comes down more like that. Wing up there. And shoulder. And kind of lost track of her hand in there. And her knee. Her other hand kind of comes down like that. I don't think I put any color on it. They're not perfect, but, you know, I don't do these for perfection. I do them just to say a little hello. But it kind of, this is 2 weeks worth. My second week, for some reason, I didn't get them all done the second week. Let's do the faces looking down. Alrighty. Now, I got this area in here a little wider than what I normally, but I'm not going to mess it up now. This is Barn Door Red. I think they did a good job with that color. I like it. Yeah, it smooths out nice. This is Mermaid Lagoon. These are Ranger colors. Distress colors. Yeah. Oops. So I'll be doing postcards, hopefully another set of them, and not 8 of them. You know, I do 4 of them tomorrow night. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I started out doing them with prompt games. I don't think I'll do other fairies though, because after doing 8, I'm done. No, I think I'm done with this. Well, how many do I have left? 2? Have I done that many? We haven't done this one yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're moving along here. Let's do this one. Now see, this will have white lace over it. It looks kind of weird for her to have these dark colored wings, but after you put that white lace on it, it really pops. Let's start with her face here. And her neck. Put a lot of color on it because for some reason or another I always have trouble with her face, the color coming out of it. And her arm. There's her other arm. And see, her arm comes down this way. Yeah, and I'm going to have to define that area in there a little more. We'll do that when I get done here. Her knee. Kind of getting the graphite on that. It does want to pick up the graphite of the pencil. But it'll smooth out. Yeah. And putting the pen detailing really enhances it. Let's do that. Start with her shoulder up here. And her hand. I think this is one of the first ones that I did, so it has some trials on there. Alright, let's bring her hand down this way. Her hands in there. And I didn't bother to erase my pencil lines. And this hand really kind of comes down like that. I guess that's good. It doesn't want to. Got a little bit of waxy on that, I think. All right, then there's this wing. And this one kind of, put it in there. And I had one over there, but looks like I painted it out. Alrighty, I'm pretty happy with it. Let's put in her hair. And she's looking down. See, she takes shape after a bit. You just got to keep working. I do like this red. I like the red. It goes on smooth. I like the color. I think they did a good job on their red. Pink, blue. It's a salty ocean. This is Blue Lagoon. These are distressed watercolor sticks, watercolor pencils, he's calling them. Put that hand in there. All right. Yeah, I'm impressed with the red. I like how it goes on the paper. I like how when I smooth it out, I like how it smooths out. Let's put some of that salty ocean on there. Kind of darken the area in there a little. Just a little. Well, I got a thread here where that came from. Alrighty. We're going to call that one done. We just got 2 more. I know this gets a little boring. And I get a little bored after doing several of them. I'm ready to move on. But we're going to finish these up today. I'll probably go until 9 o'clock today. It is 7:47 here. So I'll probably get these done. Not quite done probably, but we'll get a good portion of them done. And I might have to finish them up in my stream tomorrow. We'll see where I am when I end. Now see, I've done all of these, and look, I've hardly flattened that point. I like how much pigment there is on these. They'll last you a long time. They'll last you a long time. Well, depending on how you use them, what you do. Smooth out the pigment on her shoulders and face and hands. blot that one a little. It moves the graphite. That's the one thing I don't like, but that's just something that you need to be aware of when you're working, if you have pencil. Water, I think, is moving it. All right, let's do the inking. I noticed on that other one that my ink wasn't quite going over the pigment. It kind of affected my pen. Let's put another white wing in there. I've only got one more after this, so we're getting there. This area in here, for some reason, always doesn't like my black ink. Sneak up on it. Oh, her knee, I didn't get her knee. In there. I'll put a flower in there. Yeah. Let's do her hair. It's got curly hair. She's looking down. Collar on her dress. That's good. I'm getting tired of it. I can do so many of these and I'm ready to move on. Good thing I've only got one left here. I'm ready to move on to another part. I'm not tired of doing the postcard. I just get tired of doing the same things on here over and over. 9 postcards is an awful lot. But it's 2 weeks worth. I was going to do scissors on those others and I didn't like my scissors. Let's see, what did I want here? I guess my brush. I didn't like my scissor postcards. So I switched to the fairies. And I don't know what I'm going to do this week. We might do Tree of Life animals on postcards. Would you guys like that? Tree of Life animals. I'll put some more color on her face here. Moose. Yeah. All right. Did I do her legs? Did I? Yeah, I guess I did. Yeah, salty ocean. Let's put some blue in here. I guess I'm done with her. I'll come back and do the wings. One more. One more. Let me stop. Look at chat. Maybe that'll give me a nice little break from this. Roy went off to do his synchronized swimming. He says, have a great day, you all. Hi, Pearl. Pearl, Pearl, Pearl. I showed them earlier on. I don't want to get it out now because I'd have to move all this stuff. But I showed them. I opened up my Quaker tablecloth. It is so beautiful, Pearl. I am in love. And I'm in love with that box of lace that you sewed the other day. I had to have it. I had to have it. Pearl is having a sale this morning at 11, I believe. 11 o'clock Eastern. I might peek in for a little, but Pearl, I kind of spent my budget the other day. So I might buy a few things today, and then you can go ahead and invoice me if you want, and I'll get that off to you so that I can pay the rest of my bills this month. I allow myself a certain amount every month to buy things. I don't get a YouTube check monthly, but I did get one recently. So I usually take what I get from YouTube and turn it around into things that I can use in my art streams. But that Quaker tablecloth is just gorgeous. It's going to go up behind me. It's not going to be a cutter. Yes, she's going to sell lace. She says loads of linens. Oh, if I get in there, I'll buy. I love the linens. I love to come in and buy linens, but I am getting quite a bit now. I buy them to use in my slow stitch. So I might buy a few things, but I may be in a little bit later this afternoon. I don't know when. I think Deb is going to sell a few things today, Deb Ham. I want to get to one of her sales too, but I kind of have to budget myself. Pearl said, some lace. I found a source, and I hope to have some yardage in the future. Oh, no. That's a no in a good, that's a good no. These are what I'm working on, Pearl. I'm doing little postcards. See, I painted her wings dark, and I'm going to take, I bought that lacy shower curtain from you. Where is it here? No, a shower curtain is a curtain. And I'm going to make wings here on my postcards. So the dark wing is because I'm going to put lace over it. And this is going to be in the shape of a wing. And then I don't have them, I put them behind me, but you know your sheets with all the roses and blue roses and pink roses, she's going to be sitting on flowers. And I might make the sky a little bit darker blue in here with my watercolor, but that'll come later. And she'll have gold hair. I'm not quite done with her yet. But I've got 9 of these, Pearl, that I've given away. And I'm trying to get them done so I can get them sent out. I do postcards on Friday nights. And this is 2 weeks worth. But this was a shower curtain. Or a curtain, not a shower curtain, a curtain. But it makes beautiful wings. And it's something I can cut up and use. And pieces like this that I have left over, I'll use this in my slow stitch. And of course it's a curtain, so I've got more. This is just a corner of it. But that's how I'm using a lot of the things that I buy from you, Pearl. I use it in my art. She says, yes, Debbie is modding for me today. Wendy's getting ready for company and is taking today off. Thank you, Pearl. I love my tablecloth, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait to get that box of lace. It was just, she was auctioning it off, a box of lace, and there were a lot of little antique pieces in there. Those I will probably not cut up, but I probably will use them in my journals and on my slow stitch and like that. I think she sewed a collar. It was beautiful. I'll probably use that on my slow stitch. I don't know. I might, because it kind of goes off this way, I think, if I remember right. I might use it on my scrolls. Let's see, what else have I missed here? Pearl came in. Roy went off to do his swimming. Becky says, okay, she's got to go over to City Hall and pay the water bill, as the USPS always delays it too much, and the city's web-page system sucks. I know. It's getting harder and harder to pay bills by mail, isn't it? I go online as much as I can to pay my bills. I haven't been having too much trouble, but I'm not using the city. I pay my storage bill online, and they take out my insurance out of my bank account. So when you have them, of course, this Becky's water department probably does not have a automatic withdrawal thing, but I use automatic withdrawal for my car insurance and for my burial insurance, which is really kind of whole life insurance. I bought it so that if something happens to me, my family won't have to pay my funeral costs. And what else do I have taken out? My storage, my car insurance, dental. I have dental insurance that they take out of my account. So, but I have to budget for all of that. I can't spend money that I don't have. You know, it all comes out of my bank account, and I have to be careful what I usually do is when I get my check, my Social Security check, I take out, I pay my brother a little bit of money every month because it's not really considered rent. Here's a piece that I cut here too. But I pay him a little bit, and then I allow so much for me. So, and I try not to go over that. And then of course I buy my groceries and stuff like that, my personal care items and things like that. It adds up. Let's see what else is going on here. Kimberly dropped the link to, is that to Pearl? Yeah, that's to Pearl. Thank you, Kimberly, for doing that. I appreciate you, Kimberly. Kimberly sent me. And I'm going to start using it, Kimberly. It's no use to just have it up here. I'm going to use it in my slow stitch. Look what she sent me. Look what she sent me. Look at all these gorgeous, and these are oh, I want to say thread gather, but they're crescent hand-dyed colors. These are thread gatherer over here. These are silks over here. Thread gatherer silks. Look at, aren't these beautiful? But they're all these earth tones that K3N uses a lot in her stitching. K3N would enjoy these colors. And these over here are Weeks Dye Works. Those are who I'm trying to remember. Weeks Dye Work colors. This is a bundle of thread. And this, you know, consider each one of these. Now, I'm not sure how much they are now. I used to pay $2 or $3 a piece for a package like this. I'm not sure how much these are now. I doubt if they're up to $5 yet, but they're probably between $3 and $4. Let's just say $3. I think that probably would be around what they are now. And look at, there has to be at least 50 here, if not more. And so 50 times 3 is $150. And these are probably running for like $6 or $7, these silks. And Kimberly, I just thank you so much for this. I'm hoarding them. I'm hoarding them. I found a few pieces last night. I showed them in my travel bag that I had, and they're thread gatherers. When I was working, I bought those. I could afford them, but I can't afford to buy all those thread gatherer silks now. That's out of my budget. I'd rather come to Pearl's auctions. So if you find any threads like that, Pearl, I'm game. Yeah, Pearl said most of her bills she pays through auto pay through her bank account. I do too. But I have to budget for it because I have to keep telling myself that I can't spend just because my money's there, because they're going to come and grab it. And I'm very picky. Like, I'm pretty picky who I let do auto pay, because I can't have somebody grabbing here and somebody grabbing there and somebody grabbing there and somebody grabbing here, you know, because I lose track. I'm doing pretty good here in Nebraska, but man, I'll tell you, you got to keep track of that stuff. You can't say, oh, look, there's some money in my account, let's go spend it. And then a week later, the auto pay comes through and says, there's no money in here, you owe me. Let's see, who else have I missed? Raul says, I hope for me, Mary. Oh, yeah, Raul, you missed the drawing. I'm not sure, Raul. I'm just not sure. You're gonna, Raul, if you want a postcard, let's put it this way. I do postcards, and I think tomorrow night I'm gonna do Tree of Life ones. Let me show you here. Let me get a hold of my Tree of Life. I do these on Sunday night. These are off of a piece on the Metro Museum of Art in their open access library. But I've been painting this index card. Now the camel's not done yet, but the peacock's done and the horse is done. I'm going to put a rabbit on here. Mina likes the rabbit. What do I do with my phone? On my phone here, let me open it up and get to it. Hold on. Get to my desktop. I put the Tree of Life on my desktop here. I'll get to see. And this is a textile piece. And it's also in my library. Let's go out to my library. I have a YouTube up there. Let's go out to my library here. Oh, I'm going to have to get out of this one. Hold on. Oh, there. See, this is the Tree of Life. And I think I'm going to do animals off of the Tree of Life. Is it dark here? Let's lighten it up a little. Whoops, those are my notifications. See the Tree of Life? This is the textile. There's the peacock that I did here. I got them in there. See, there's the peacock there. And I did them here. And there's the unicorn. He's upside down. The unicorn is here. And the camel. I have not done, and I did these with those Sharpie paint markers, those that just came out. And they're missing a brown. I had to do red and black to get a brown in there. Red and green will make brown too. But see, this holds all my doodles from, and I didn't put my teapots in here yet. They're sitting over here someplace. Well, I'll hunt for them later. That I do my doodles. Find a good doodle to show you. They're all backwards in here. I put things in backwards. Let's turn it around this way. I put them in backwards. Let's pull out the doodle, a doodle to show you. Find a good one. Here's some rabbits that I did. I haven't colored them. I didn't color them. Let's pull this whole thing out here. Let's, if I can grab a hold of it. But I do these on Sunday night. But tomorrow night when I do postcards, I think I'll do off of the Tree of Life. Let me put a marker here so I don't lose my way. I got to get in there and turn everything around. See, I do these off of the Metropolitan Museum of Art. This was a needle case. there's a teapot. I call these a doodle deck. I like to get in there and play with the different designs in there. Here's the rabbits. I like these a lot. They're off of some piece of art in there. And I number them, like this is week 11, card 1, week 11, card 2, week 11, card 3. And I think this one is 4. But I do these on Sunday nights. So I need to get in here and sort things out. Then I'm not going to do it now. I'm just showing them. But I think, Raul, if you want a postcard, show up tomorrow night. Raul, I do the giveaway on Friday nights at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. So you know when to pop in. If you want a postcard, that's the best way to get a hold of one. And make sure I have your... I'm going to sneeze. Make sure I have your address. You have to come to win. You have to be present to win. Let's see. I'm going to put these up here. I'm going to put this behind me so it doesn't fall and open. It's getting pretty tall. My stack of boxes is taller than my desk. Ow. Let's see. Let me go. Let's see. Let me refresh chat one more time here. See if I'm caught up with everybody. Chat filter. All messages. He said, that's 3 a.m. my time. I'm so sorry, Raul. You're going to have to set your alarm. I'm being tough. I set my alarm for 3:30 in the morning, Raul. I slept through it this morning, though. I just about didn't make it up in time for my live. Let's see. Should I just do a postcard for Raul tomorrow night? Shall we give him a break? You should come draw along with me on Sunday nights, Jen says. Yeah, Sunday evenings, I do... Jen has been following my doodle deck things. That's where I do all of the ones I was just showing you in that box. I call it the doodle deck. I'm on it at 6 o'clock in the evening, 6 until 10 or so. Sometimes I go a little bit later than 10 on Sunday evenings. Raul, I'll do a postcard for you Friday night. Just make sure I'll do it off the Tree of Life. What one do you want? Let's show him the Tree of Life here. Let's show him. Raul, are you out there? Whoops, I took a picture of that. We got a rabbit, birds, sparrow. Here's the unicorn. There's a fish. There's a bird with a fish in the mouth. There's the goat and a dog. And there's the peacock. There's birds. This is called the Tree of Life. Birds. There's a camel. There's a swan. There's a buck, a deer. I did that one. There's another weird fish in there. There's all sorts of little animals on here. It's a tapestry. It's done, I think, silk on a canvas or a tapestry fabric. There are all sorts of birds. Butterflies. There's a snail. So what animal do you like? The peacock? Okay, we can do the peacock. Jen, remind me if I forget, but I don't think I'll forget. Sunday night, we'll do Friday night, we'll do the peacock for Raul Friday night. Are you sure you want the peacock? Because there's a billy goat and a camel and a unicorn and a deer. There's a bunch of little ones too. Snails and caterpillars and butterflies. The goat is better. Do you like the goat? Oh, I got out of it here. Here's the goat. I like the goat. The goat's one of my favorite ones, Raul. We'll do the goat for you. We'll do the goat. I think that's a good choice. Jen says, I'll remind you, Meri. Yeah, Jen is good about reminding me. And if I miss a night, she says, Meri, I missed you. She lets me know if sometimes I just get too tired. But I try. All right, Raul, you're good. Raul, are you still there? Be sure to let me put you probably know it. You probably have it, but let me put my email. I need your address again. Here's where you can, the Meridel Abrams. Not that one. Let me delete that. Remove the Meridel Abrams. Hold it. The .Meri. Oh, it usually pops up for me. There we go. The Meri, do I have a comma in there? Wait. You put a comma. Let me backspace. And put a period. Where's the period on this? There we go. The Meri Atelier at gmail.com. You have it? Okay. Good. All right. Yeah, I haven't changed addresses for the last 8 years, so I'll do the goat for you, Raul, tomorrow night. And Jen's going to remind me so I don't forget. You're very welcome. I don't want to make you get up at 3 a.m. Although it's tempting, Raul, to make you get up at 3 a.m. and come and participate in the giveaway. But for the rest of you, I will have I do my giveaways on Friday night at 8:30 p.m. Central, and I try to make it at that time. So I come online on Sunday nights at 6, but I like to give people time to find me and settle in. So I try to pick a consistent time to have my Friday night postcard giveaways. But I got to get these sent out. Let's do this last one here. The faces and everything. It's good to see you, Raul. Let's see, her neck comes around here. And I try to put more color on her face, but because for some reason the color comes off of her face more than it does her arms. And let's see, her hand comes down there. She's got a knee. Her hand comes down this way. And this color goes on kind of rough. I am working on a watercolor paper, but when you apply water to this pigment, it does smooth out. And I love the makeup of these watercolor sticks, because I can put a lot of pressure on this and I'm not breaking them yet. If I would be putting this much pressure on a crayon, I would be breaking it. I do like that about these. I don't know what they use as a binder for these, but whatever it is, I like it. Let's see. That's my little brush. Where's my larger brush? I'm almost done here, but oh, it's right here. Smooth the color out here. And I am pretty consistent, not always though, because I have missed Friday nights and Sunday nights. I tell you, this year I've been a little bit more inconsistent with my streaming. than I have been in the past. And I tried to get back into it, but just life. Just life. I get tired with, I'm getting old, you guys. That with all the yard work and blah, 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 running all over town, taking my brother to doctor appointments and doing my own stuff. I get tired. All right, let's do the pen mark, because that'll help me define where I want to put everything here. Yeah, don't forget, Pearl's having a sale today, and if you're in the market for lace and linens, that's the place to get them. And I saw her say that she thinks she has a source where she might be able, I don't think she has it yet. She's hoping to be able to sell some linen yardage, I think she said. And I'm in love with that Quaker tablecloth. So much in love that when I couldn't find it, it was here. She said, it's there someplace, Meri. You had your hand on it. I panicked. I sent her a message saying, I hope you didn't sell it, Pearl. I went back and I reviewed the auction because I thought, well, maybe I misunderstood, because I do that. And sometimes I think I win things that I don't win. I wanted it so bad and somebody else got it, which is perfectly okay because I have enough, but I have to tell you, not the Quaker tablecloth. I wanted that and I got it. I think she was selling more than one. I don't know if she has any left. She's probably sold them. I know she sold 2 on the auction that I was in, because somebody else, I was in a little bit of a bidding war. It wasn't too bad of a bidding war with somebody else, and I think she let me have it. And then there was another one, and I think she got it. Another Quaker tablecloth. I'm not sure, but I thought I saw it where she won it, and I'm going, yay! I'll let her have that. I won't get into another. But I had to have that Quaker and that box of lace that she sold. Took my heart. Oh, my heart. And that's kind of why I've exceeded my budget. Didn't exceed it. I met it. So I have to be careful the rest of the month. But she is selling today. Pearl's selling today at I believe it's 11 o'clock Eastern if you're interested. And if you're not in a buying mode, go and watch, because you get an idea of her sales and what they're like. All right, I think I can do the rest of it here. And we'll have most of the color done on these. I still have to do the hair. And I'm not sure about the face. I might have to do a trial face on a piece of paper before I mess up all the postcards. Because I get paranoid. Ooh, I did something to my finger here. I get paranoid when I mess up the face if I put them in ink and then I've ruined the whole card. That's so salty. I want the Blue Lagoon. Where did it go? Blue Lagoon. Had my hand on it. It's Mermaid Lagoon. It's a pretty color. All right, I'm pretty happy with these. Smooth the color out on these. I'm using that little brush. Yeah, Pearl just moved in the recent past. And so she's got a lot of things that she's emptying out, getting ready to sell. She had a booth, I think, and I think I don't know if she's still doing the booth or not, but she's emptying it. She's emptying a lot of her storage bins. All right, so all of these are done as far as the skirt and the skin and all of that. I got the hair to do, but I think I'm going to come back. I think I'm going to paint the blue next, but let's put these away. I think I got 3 colors out of here. And let's see. Not that one. This one. I think I got the barn door out of this one right here. Let's put that one away. Put them away so that I think what I'm going to do is take one of those cigar boxes that I got from Pearl and put all of these in the cigar box. Then I'll lose track of the cigar box. And then these I'll just put in here wherever. I'm not going to hunt for the position because I get them all mixed up. Come on, I got one more. I'm going to put them right in there. These are Tim Holtz watercolor pencils. Watercolor. And I'll put that in there. And he's got 3 sets, all different colors. And they're distress watercolor pencils. So he's got set 2, set 1, and set 3. Different colors there. So I'm going to set those up there. We're going to paint the wings next. And I should be able to do that. I'm going to use this. I think I'll use this brush. I'm going to get me some more little brushes at Walmart the next time. I buy the Royal 9 nickel brushes. They're pretty good brushes. So this is what I'm going for here because I'm going to put lace over them. So let's get, I just put that away. The blue, the midnight blue. Where did I put it? Right here. English navy. And let me get a little, well, I could work out of the cab. Let me get a little piece of wax paper. Let's put this one over here. And I'm even picky with the kind of wax paper. I like the Reynolds Wrap wax paper because it does have a nicer wax coating on it. There's another kind that I don't like as well, but I think it's a store brand. I don't know, but it's not as waxy. And depending on what I'm using it for, I prefer the Reynolds wax paper. Getting a little picky in my old age. Let's shake this up. Pearl said, I did have a booth and I closed it down. Too far away now to maintain. The problem is I keep finding things. And that's my problem too, Pearl. She says, I keep finding things and I can't resist grabbing them for sale. I know, Pearl, and we love you for it. But I hear you. I hear exactly what you're saying. I have that problem. I keep finding the neatest things. And Becky, I was doing some room organizing and she sent me, it's still out there on my feed on Facebook. It says, was organizing the rooms, but I found this cool stuff. Something like that. So this dark blue is on there more to make the lace pop out than anything. And it'll kind of fall into the background once I get all the postcards done. And it kind of makes a nice contrast on here. And it shouldn't take too long to do these. Yeah, Deb must live pretty close in proximity to Pearl, because Deb says, I'm going to come over and smack you one, Pearl, if you buy any more. I need to get one to, I noticed Deb, Deb Ham, what does she go by? What is her channel name? If you give me a channel name, I can go out and give her a shout out here. Primitive something or other. Let's see. I think I have it here on my phone. I think she just had a sale. Let's go out here to YouTube. No, Debbie is in Ohio, and you're in Georgia. Oh, Dutch Ridge Primitives. Let's look for Dutch Ridge. Oh, I thought she lived. Well, she'd have quite a drive to come over and smack you one. You don't have anything to worry about. Here it is, right here. Deb Ham, 3 hens and a chick. Here's the craft and chat. Oh, she was with 3 hens and a chick there. I want Deb Ham, Dutch Primitive. Oh, wait a minute. Dutch Ridge Primitives. Oh, this says Debbie Ham, 3 hens and a chick. Join us tonight for more D-Stash. That was a month ago. I'm not finding Dutch Ridge Primitive on here. I find her as 3 hens and a chick. Maybe Kimberly found it. Let's go to chat here. Kimberly's better at this than me. Let's go to my chat and click on Kimberly's. You found it. Well, wait a minute. That was the same place. Oh, I see. Her name is Dutch Ridge Primitives, but her title is 3 hens and a chick. That's how it works. That's correct. She changed the name of her channel, but she's still hashtag. She's still at Debbie Ham Dutch Ridge Primitives 336. Her handle, that little @ sign YouTube gave us. Like, I'm the Meri Atelier, but my handle is @ my Meri Art, and that's what Deb did. She's got a different handle and for her title. I think she just sold last night. I think this is probably her most recent one. And I saw it, but I kind of reached my budget. So I'm kind of budgeting myself on that stuff. But thank you, Kimberly. I appreciate you so much. She says, how much, Meri? Yeah, a lot. I'd like to promise something to Kimberly, but I'm afraid to make any promises, so we'll get her taken care of one of these days. Kimberly lives, is it in North Carolina, Kimberly? And she lives where she can see all these wild horses. Tell us about the wild horses. Have you seen any recently? Is it North Carolina? And I think you said you're by the beach. Am I wrong there? She just finished stuffing her box for today. Ah. Oh. Oh, Pearl, you are tempting me so bad. I'll peek in there probably later this afternoon. I might buy one or two things, but after today's sale, Pearl, you can go ahead and invoice me if you want. Um, I'd like to get it paid so that I can, and I'm sure that you won't mind getting it paid. Let's put this wing in here. Or it might be a little extra work for you. If you're not into invoicing and want to hold off on it, I can wait. But if you want, you can. I'm not sure I like this curve in here. I'm gonna smooth it out a little. There we go. So I'm gonna put white lace over that. So let's set these aside. That one's dry. And we've got 7 more of these to do. Kimberly says, the Outer Banks. They're in Corolla, North Carolina. Just had a new baby horse barn. Oh, they're magical walking the beach. That would be magical, wouldn't it? Do they get a lot of human visitors, or is it more of a secluded beach? I would think they would become a touristy attraction if it was a public beach, but maybe it's not well known, or maybe people respect them. We'll see what Kimberly says. I'm curious. I kind of want to get outside today. I still have a little garden work to do. I want to work on my needlework. I want to take my magic carpet ride out to the front porch. I need to put suspenders on my scarecrow and get her named and get her face painted. My brother, he'll see me outside and he'll say, it's time to plant the onions. So I'll have to stop my play and go plant onions. He digs the trench, but he's got a little bit of a back problem too. Foot and his back bother him. So he digs the trench, which is, 2 or 3 inches deep. And then he comes and gets me and he says, I can't stoop over. It hurts him to stoop over. So I do the planting. And he always asks us the most inopportune time. Right when I'm doing something that needs to get done, like art or stitching. And he's a good brother, though. He puts up with me. Sometimes we have a little bit of a conflict, but nothing that he's kind of laid back. He said he didn't used to be laid back. But he's been good for me as far as he hasn't been mean or anything. We don't have any fights. Sometimes we get into some disagreements, but sometimes you need to get into a disagreement to find out where the other person is and what you're doing that's irritating them. Sometimes you do things and they especially with my brother, sometimes I'll do something and I don't realize that it bothers him. And when he finally says something, I go, oh, okay, I'll change my way. It won't hurt my feelings any. You know, it's just something I'm doing. But we get along pretty good as a brother and sister. He kind of, I was in high school when he left home. He's 4 years older. So he kind of graduated and joined the Navy when I was just starting high school. So we kind of grew up together, but not so much when we were teenagers. He had his teenage years when I was still a pest, I guess. I remember him going fishing a lot with the neighborhood boy. He kind of had his friends that he palled around with. And he went off to the Navy, and that was right when the Vietnam War was going on, and I grew up and went to the university. I probably have letters from him. I didn't get as many letters as my mother did. And they're up in Wisconsin. He gave me my mother saved all the letters he wrote home. And after she passed away, he found that box of them, and he gave them to me. And I have all the letters that he wrote home to my mother from he served on a destroyer. He wasn't in the ground fighting over in Vietnam. But even a destroyer accompanies the larger aircraft, the destroyer Navy. But he was telling, and I repeat this story so much because it scares me when I first heard it. I go, oh my gosh, you could have gotten killed. They were out around the Vietnam area there, and they ran across some, I don't know if I guess they were Vietnamese, in a boat out in the ocean, a rickety boat, and they stopped them, picking them up, and they asked for volunteers. They needed 5 sailors to go out and meet them and pick them up. And he volunteered, I guess, or he was chosen. Somehow he got on with the crew to go pick them up, and nowadays they have to be careful with that because they go out and pick them up and they're suicide bombers. I don't know if that happens. It happened, but I don't know if it's happening now. But I said, gosh, you could have gotten killed. And he said when they got there, they didn't speak English, and they kept saying, Hanoi, Hanoi, Hanoi. And we're not taking you to Hanoi. That's one of the stories he tells the family of his time in Vietnam. But he worked as an engineer down in the engines. And he told me the other thing that he said that I kind of cringe at. They bunked right under the guns. And I'm going, you bunked under the guns? And I suppose they shot, they were protecting the aircraft, so they probably at times shot them. And I went, no wonder you lost your hearing, and he worked in the engine room. So he lost his hearing in the Navy. That's how he's so deaf. I have to shout at him. I have to shout at him 2 or 3 times. Sometimes I think it's intentional, or he gets into the habit of when I say something, he always says, what? It's just a habit. And I just saw his shadow go by. He's going out on the front porch for a smoke. I wish I could get him to quit smoking. I was cussing at him the other day. He says he only smokes half a pack a day, but every time I see him, he's got a cigarette in his mouth. And I tell him that. I said, every time I see you, and we were going to town, his feet hurt him, and the VA did pay for a foot clinic for him, but they won't buy him new shoes. He has to buy his own new shoes, and I told that story the other night, where we went to the foot doctor, and I want to say podiatrist. I don't know if he's a podiatrist or not, but they made special inserts for his shoes. And they told him to bring the shoes that he wears the most, and he did. And they're not bad shape, but with those inserts for those shoes, they take up space, and so they pinch his feet. Well, the doctor, I call him a doctor, I don't know if he's got a doctor or not, but he was going to check with the VA to see if the VA would pay for a pair of shoes, and they called yesterday and said they won't pay for them because he has to have a doctor's order. He really doesn't have a doctor's order from the VA. They farm that stuff out, and they wouldn't pay for them. And I said, I talked to him on the phone, and I said, well, how much would a new pair cost him? And they told me $160, around $160. And I said, well, I'll check with my brother, and we'll call you back. And so when I told my brother, I told him $160, and he heard the 60 part and translated that as $600. And he said, I was telling him when I was talking to him, I was still, my head, it was 160. And later on, he commented and he said, $600 for a pair of shoes. And I said, what are you, $600? I said, no, it's only 160. And I kind of laughed at him. I said, see, we just saved you $400 or so. And he quieted down after that. He wouldn't come. If he would have heard 160, he would have said $160 for a pair of shoes. So next time, I think I'll tell him, oh, it's 160. He'll say, how much is it? And I'll say $600. And then I'll come back and he'll say $600. And I said, no, it's only 160. See, we saved you $400, so you can't grump about 160 anymore. No, I wouldn't do that, but I got a big chuckle out of it. He's kind of, I don't want to call him tight. He's very careful with his money. But I told him, I said, hey, he hemmed and hawed. But see, he was hemming and hawing because he thought I said $600. And he was hemming and hawing, and I told him, I said, well, just get him. I said, he does not buy a lot of stuff for himself. He thinks he's got to save that money for his kid, who's 50 years old. And he wants to save money, and, he's more of a spendthrift than I am. And I said, you don't buy much stuff for yourself. I said, just buy them, and they're for your feet. They'll make your feet feel better when you walk. And so he said, I'll think about it. So I let him think about it. And later on, he came out and said, go ahead and order them. So I called him back. And now I'm hoping that I heard right, 160. I think I did. To go back and tell him they cost $600, he'll get mad at me. But I think I heard right. This is going pretty fast. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 3 left here. Uh-oh, I've only got 2. Where's the other one? Oh, they're here. 3. And then I think I can start cutting out the wings. Maybe I'll do her hair next. I don't think I'm going to paint the face in. I think I'm going to let you guys imagine the face. I'm afraid I'll mess it up. If I do, maybe I'll do a test, but I'll have to think more about if I want to do the face or not. I'm not going to do fingers on her hands. That's too much detail for me for these. I want to get them done, get them sent out. So I can do Raoul's goat. But I was hoping to get out on the front porch today. It was rainy yesterday. But I know the minute I go outside, he'll be wanting to plant those onions. And we've got onions in the refrigerator. Before we tilled the garden, we had some onions growing out there, and they were good. They weren't mushy, or they're good onions. So we pulled them all. There was probably about 20 of them. So we've got onions. But I bought 2 bags when I was buying plants because we eat them. And I told him we're going to plant them all at the same time this year. So now I have to do it. But last year we planted them and they kind of got hidden. They kind of got hidden on all the weeds that we have a real weed problem, and I'm going to try to take care of that. We've had a lot of rain here, so the weeds have probably popped up again since we've tilled. And we got some watermelon seed to plant. He's going to want to plant today. I know it. And I'm too lazy. But I'll do it, get it done. He's outside, so he didn't hear that. We're kind of late in planting a garden here, but it's been cool and rainy. It's usually we have our garden in by the 1st of May, or at least the second week. It's already, today's already what, the 15th? 16th. May the 16th. Kind of late to be planting stuff. We got our corn in. I bought some zucchini plants, but he doesn't think they're going to make it, so he bought some seed. We bought some watermelon seed. That's got to be planted. That isn't hard. He digs a hose and I drop the seed in. But the onions, I kind of have to, well, I still can drop them in, but I kind of have to be more careful about where I'm putting them. It isn't hard. It's just I like to do it, but I don't like him bossing me. I don't like him bossing me. It irritates me. I grump at him. I say, come out to supervise. He doesn't hear me when I say that. If he hears me, he doesn't say anything, and I think he would say something if he heard it. But he's a good brother. I'm just human. I don't like to be supervised because I have my ways of doing things and he has his ways. He said, if you do it this way, it'd be better. And I'm going, go away. Let me do it my way. Just like art. We all have our ways. Why are you putting black wings or dark blue wings on your fairies? Fairies don't have navy blue wings. Well, I'm doing that because it's going to make my white lace pop. Because I've just put the lace on there with no background that wouldn't show up. Well, I never saw a fairy with blue wings, navy blue wings. Well, you haven't seen a fairy, period. All right, one more, and then we'll start doing the faces, I think. They're kind of fun to see them. I'd show them to you, but it's a mess over there. It's kind of fun to see. I'll lay them all out right before I'm ready to go. It's 8:51, so I might just get the wings done here. Oh, I didn't. I need to come in with some more blue sky. There. I'm going off at 9 o'clock this morning. See, I can bring this wing clear down here, but I can't. I'm going to have to shape it in there. This is Thursday, so I think Lori Paint Girly comes on at 9. Let me finish this and we'll go through the spiel of who's on today. But I know Lori comes on, Stacy Catitude. She's on at 10 a.m. Eastern every day. It's her schedule. And if you don't see her, she'll be on the next day. Or the next. I think she had to take a little bit of a break and then she came back. I think her husband, she had to take care of her husband for a while there. I don't remember. She's been in here. Stacy has. Lori Paint Girly, she comes on Thursdays. There's a bunch of people that come on Thursday. Let me finish the wings here and we'll read them off. I had to laugh at Dee Dee. Dee Dee said, if you stream, just pop in your hours. She said, I can't remember everybody. And I'm going, I know, Dee Dee. I have a hard time remembering too. But my hours have been so inconsistent lately that I hate to tell everybody and then not show up. And I've been pretty inconsistent this year with my streaming. I just haven't felt it on a couple of occasions. Tired. Running around doing too much. Alrighty. I could stay on all day, work on these fairies. I'll have to finish them up tomorrow. Time goes awfully fast. I'm going to wash this brush out of this water over here. Hold on. I got out of my chat over there. I'm going to have to quit on these. I'll finish them up tomorrow. Didn't get it all out. So let me wash this brush out. I have a pot of water behind me here that I put my brushes in. Well, now I can put it in here. Wash it out over here. It gets when you wash your brushes, if you take them out on a bar of soap and just go like that under hot water, that'll clean your bristles pretty good. I use lava soap. Let me put a little hand sanitizer on this. See if that'll get some of that blue. I think this is pretty stained. No, it's getting some of it out. I think it's stained in there though. That's pretty good. That paint gets right down in there. I don't know if that'll come out. Soak it in some Murphy's oil soap, but if you run it, I just want to get it good because if I do hair, I don't want green hair. I might use the other brush, but let's see, where's that other brush? Well, I can't put my hands on it. I hate to throw all that paint away. I'm going to have to get me a little book just to... I used to have a dictionary. It's probably packed away, or it's in the other stash room. I worked in my stash room yesterday. Worked in that closet, trying to get things. It's full. That room in there is full. Oh, it's terrible. All right, let me put these out on my desk, and I'll put them on my desk, and then I'll bring my camera down a little. These are still kind of wet. It's a good time to stop. Let me put these out here, and then I'll zoom my camera in so you can see them all in a row. It's kind of striking to see them. Let me put this up here. And I will have to go back to the podiatrist or the prosthetic place. It's not a prosthetic, it's a shoe insert that he's getting. But it's a special one for his foot. And he's got to buy shoes. They're ordering shoes for him. Hold on, one more here. I got 8. Now let me move these over a little here. Boy, I'm getting hungry. What did I have for supper last night? I got Brussels sprouts the other day. I love my Brussels sprouts. Bring this one down here. Now let's bring my zoom in a little here. Zoom out a little, I mean. You can see them all together. How is that? Pretty good. Alrighty. We're just gonna leave it like this. I'm gonna read off the... Oh, my phone is crooked. I'm gonna straighten my phone out. What way? This way? No, this way. She's just peeking in over here. I want to do a thumbnail, but they'll just be crooked for the thumbnail. Did I get them all on there? I think I did. Okay. Alrighty. So Thursday stream, it's 8:58 right now. On Thursday, I have Stacy Catitude at 10 a.m. Eastern. Kathy Arbor at 6 p.m. Eastern. Kathy also comes on Tuesdays at 1 p.m. that I have. Paint Girly at 10 a.m. Eastern. And Dusty Unicorn at 10 a.m. Pacific. And Beth Schuler streams at 6 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday night. So there's always a lot to do out there. It took me the entire stream, other than showing you my Quaker tablecloth, to do that. So there's some work into these. I'm going to do her hair. I'm going to cut lace for her wings tomorrow morning. We'll stream tomorrow morning. And I'm going to collage flowers for her to be sitting in a flower garden. And I might add, I don't know, I kind of like the light blue. We might just leave it. We'll see how it looks when, I might have to do it before I collage the wings in, and then I have the backs to do. So, thank you, Pearl. Pearl says, I have to run, have a busy day. You do. Pearl's going to sell today, linens and lace, I believe. And she'll have other things out there too. She's got her box already. She's coming on at 11 a.m. Eastern. So that'll be in an hour or so. So she's got a busy day. And let's see what else. Mina says, welcome back, Angie. Hi, Angie. Welcome back. Kimberly dropped a link to Pearl. Joyce says, my cat killed a poor baby bunny yesterday. Oh, and left it on my screen porch. I was so upset. Oh, Joyce, I would be too. That's what cats do, though. It's just being a kitty cat. Left you a little bunny rabbit on your doorstep. Left you a little bunny rabbit. All right, everybody, have a super day. I will see you tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock. The weekend's right around the corner. Bye.